Dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you watch this channel. I'd like to start this session as usual by appreciating you so much for making this channel grow. If you wish to support us, just subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. So, yesterday, the faction led by Kenya Kwanza released a statement that, according to many people, was attempted to put AZIMIO at loggerheads with Kenyans. Mind you, most Kenyans had their hopes on AZIMIO's long quest to have the issues that Kenyans have been advocating for addressed. So the Kenya Kwanza people released a statement they termed a joint statement by AZIMIO la Umoja and Kenya Kwanza leadership. But the funny thing with this document is that the document was one-sided. It was signed by only the majority leader, but on the other part where Opio and I's name was indicated, there was no signature. And this symbolized that this document was only one-sided. So in this document, the issues which were raised there did not border around the high cost of living. So this was meant to put the public against the AZIMIOs. So if you look at the issues which were indicated in this statement, one was that reconstitution of IEBC. Two was implementation of two-thirds gender rule. Fourth, the third was entrenchment of constituency development fund. The fourth one was establishment and the entrenchment of the office of the leader of the opposition. The fifth one was embedment of the office of prime cabinet secretary. So AZIMIO, as promised before, they promised that they would release their statement today. So they released a statement which, with almost 14 points agenda, which was read by Peter Munya. So he is the one who took Kenyans through the issues which AZIMIO have been raising, and they are the same issues which they said, according to that press statement, that hawajabadilika. So I have a detailed video that will tell you, or will prove to you, that AZIMIO's long quest for the high cost of living has not been eroded by any other thing. And remember, AZIMIO said that they are motivated by the fact that people went to the street to fight for this. And since people went to the street to fight for this issue of the high cost of living, it is their number one agenda. And they said in that press statement, in that video that I'm going to share with you, that the people of Kenya Kwanza are still free to bring anything they have as the agendas which they are pushing for. These agendas which they are pushing for will be incorporated in what they are also advocating for. Mind you, one thing that I read from that the statement from the Kenya Kwanza, the Prime Cabinet Secretary, is something that was in the BBI, which they fought. They said that it was creating posts for people. So I want to share with you this long video where Peter Munya gives a step-by-step account of what they want to be addressed in that Obasanjo-led mediation talks. Listen to this video.
Welcome to this press conference. Your statement from AZIMIO Umoja One Kenya is going to be read to you by Honorable Munya. Karibu.
Yes, good afternoon. I'll read the statement. Our stand on talks to resolve crisis. Yesterday, Kenya Kwanza released a one-sided statement signed by Honorable Kimani Ichung'wah that they claimed to incorporate our views. We disowned the statement by Honorable Ichung'wah. AZIMIO had nothing to do with it. Its contents were those of Kenya Kwanza, their wish list. We wish to clarify as follows. One, we remain committed to dialogue and a peaceful resolution of the social, economic, and political problems the country is currently witnessing, and that threaten the lives of millions of our citizens. 2, in that spirit, we sanctioned a meeting between our leadership and that of Kenya Kwanza under the facilitation of His Excellency Olusegun Obasanjo. 3, this initial meeting was to prepare ground for honest discussions of the issues we have been raising and those that Kenya Kwanza feels like raising. The meeting was therefore a talk about envisioned talks. 4, we take this early opportunity to thank His Excellency Obasanjo for offering himself as a senior son of Africa and a global diplomat to oversee a peaceful resolution to the crisis here in our country. 5, we take note that Kenya Kwanza is trying to deny His Excellency Obasanjo's presence and leadership of the talks. That would be a very unfortunate development indeed. It points to Kenya Kwanza now institutionalizing the culture of deceit and taking it to the global stage. They denied the presence of President Suluhu here a few weeks ago, and now they want to deny the presence of His Excellency Obasanjo. Number 6, while we remain committed to dialogue with Kenya Kwanza for a speedy and sustainable resolution to the country's problems, our issues have not changed. Our priority for discussion is the escalating cost of living, which has only got worse with the lifting of the conservatory order on the 2023 Finance Act last week. We want to see actions by the regime that will lead to the immediate lowering of cost of living. It is our position that this issue does not require any discussion, but policy or action by the Kenya Kwanza government. But since they won't do it, lowering the cost of living has to be part of the talks. Negotiations must therefore include the repeal of the oppressive, cruel, and insensitive Finance Act 2023. Under Article 43, it is the responsibility of the state to guarantee access to basic needs such as food, education, water, health, etc. 9, negotiations must include the issue of inclusivity. Kenya Kwanza must be made to disown and disavow the illegal, unconstitutional, and divisive efforts to turn Kenya into a private company that hires only those who voted for Kenya Kwanza. We remind Kenya Kwanza that the declaration by Rigathi Gachagua that Kenya is a private company which has never been disowned by Mr. William RUTO isolates, marginalizes, and treats several communities and regions in Kenya as second-class citizens. It has revived the question of a credible solution of the right to self-determination. 10, audit of 2022 elections and the bipartisan reconstitution of IEBC and respect for the autonomy and independence of political parties must be part of the talks. 11, in light of what has transpired these past days, we will bring to the table the issue of accountability and responsibility for the brutality and abuse of human rights of protesters. 12, it is our position that no party to these negotiations can and should determine for the other party what to raise and what not to raise. We will respect Kenya Kwanza's right to bring all its issues to the table, and they must also respect ours. Number 13, likewise, we expect Kenya Kwanza to have no objections to our priorities. 14, until we agree that each party has the freedom and right to bring its issues to the table, and as we continue to pursue discussion, we shall continue with our engagements with the people. That right is in our constitution. It has no basis for any discussion. We will continue exercising our constitutional rights of association, of expression, of assembly. We are not going to negotiate that with anyone. In the meantime, number 15, we appeal to the Kenyans to continue extending support to families of the victims of police brutality. The response has been encouraging. 16, in addition to the account number previously given, people can channel contributions through paybill number 880100. Account number 4488460011 for Kenya shillings and 4488460027 for US dollars. Account name Citizens Emergency Fund.
Yes. So forget the initial letter that was circulating from Kimani Ichung'wah, a letter that only Kimani Ichung'wah is the person who signed. It was not signed by the minority leader, Opiyo Wandayi. So forget that letter. This is the demands from AZIMIO, and it is available there, ladies and gentlemen, for you to understand. So the AZIMIO have not deviated from their first or from their long-term struggle to have the high cost of living reduced completely, because that is what these people in Kenya Kwanza campaigned for. They campaigned for a reduction in high cost of living. They cannot purport to say that we will lower the high cost of living by introducing more taxes. Introducing more taxes does not lower down the price of commodities. If I add 16% on fuel, how do you expect the price to now go down? Bad policies are the ones which are to be blamed for this escalation in prices. If you look at the issue of petrol, mafuta, that deal they signed with the Gulf countries, it is alleged that that deal which they signed is the reason why we are suffering right now, and Kenyans will pay dearly for bad policy. So that bad policy also is something that needs to be looked at. So, ladies and gentlemen, tell me below the comment section there what you think about that press statement from AZIMIO and what the Kimani Ichung'wah-led team released as a press statement from their own side, which they, according to the way they titled it, they say it's a joint statement from the two factions. So just tell me below the comment section what you think about these two statements. And also, I'd like to urge you and encourage you to keep subscribing to this channel if you are any viewer who has not subscribed. Also, if you are any viewer who has subscribed or not subscribed, either way, I'd like you to hit the like button. If you do that, this video gets shared across the YouTube platform. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. It is so important to you so that every time we upload any video, you will always become the first one to get notified. So, ladies and gentlemen, stay safe, stay blessed until we catch up again in our next analysis.